Hello everyone. As a part of this video, I will be briefing you about creating financial model for the given case problem. So the case problem is all about a person by name Bob Davidson and his different situations like his age, what kind of amount he's earning, what would be the company's contribution towards it, and what are other type of income he will be earning every month, what is the amount he is saving. And there are certain amounts about his investments into different type of funds and what kind of returns they are getting that all the information is available in this sheet. Okay, so what we need to perform is we are supposed to calculate how long like what would be the yearly saving that Bob can manage to save, and what could be his retirement amount, and how long Bob can live adequately with the money that he is having. Okay, so for this question we are performing an analysis. So let us cross check how it was prepared. Based on the values that we know, we are supposed to create input sheet. Like maybe we can name it parameter sheet or like or some of the important detail from the question. In that way, in your own style, you can write give name to this sheet, and you are supposed to write all these names according to your understanding. So you can increase like the current salaries. You can write this as the present salaries like 8 month yearly he earns like that. Okay, in your own way you can write it. So there are multiple aspects that I included here. Among these, it was mentioned in the question that the person will be retiring between 60 and 65. I assumed that the person will retire by 65. Then return on savings and assets, whatever the assets he is having at present, maybe like the fund he is having 137,000 and total assets he is having 140, and equity rainy day fund, equity fund. These three will become his assets. On those assets, he will be earning 5% of interest. And for income needs, means after the completion of 65 years, after getting retired, he will be spending at least 75% of what he is spending now. Okay, so this is also an assumption. Then the salary will increase every year between 4 and to 15%. So I assume that 4%. Okay, so now I'm creating a retirement model where it consists of age till 65 years. The person will be earning money, and every year it is increasing by 4%. So the value is increased by 4%. It means 1 plus this is 0.04, which is 4% in the input sheet. Okay, you can cross check formula to understand how it was calculated. Okay, up to 65 years, it was assumed that the salary got increased, and the retirement fund also got increased like this, because this is contribution, employee contribution actually. So you can change it also. It is up to you, employer contribution. Okay, 10% of salary will be contributed every year. Next, personal savings. This is saving actually, saving saving every year. Okay, 7,500. So interest on assets, he's already having certain funds. These are the interest that he's going to get on the investment the person already made. Okay. So if you can cross check, we added C11 to C13, which means we added these three things: assets value, equity value, rainy day value, and it is multiplied by 5%. So every year it will be increasing by 5%. So this should be like 1 plus 5%. Okay, this is how this should be included in the formula. So this is how it will be calculated. This value is a static value, and this is so in the 10% of whatever the salary value is there. And these three values are calculated actually. So maybe let me make them bold. These three are sum of this value is sum of all these yearly contribution, and the second one is similarly all these years contribution, and this is all these years contribution. So we add these three to make this one. Okay, so this will be sum of all these three values, and on this value every year again 5% will be generated as an interest. This is that interest value. This is actually balance value. So every year that person will be consuming, what is the percentage? 75%. It is already given here. C22 input sheet. Here it is given as 75%. So this 75% is multiplied with actual initial in like spending or like initial income, that is 95,000. 95,000 into 75% will become this one, and every year it is increasing by how much percent? 1%. So this is increased by 1%. So this is all clearly visible, and this is the accumulated value. So what we do is from this value we subtract this one and add this one. So it becomes this. Okay, next again same similar process. To receive this value, what we do, we subtract this one and we add a value before that one. So in this way we calculate by the time we get negative value. So here we are getting negative value at the year of 41, 41 or 82 minutes. 81 years the optimal time for which the money can be used without any issues. So that is how we calculate what is the total amount. Everything we can calculate and we can explain, like this is the amount. So this is the amount that is possible. 78,890 is the retirement money that is expected at least to live for 15 years. Okay, that is calculations work. So make sure you make enough corrections. Okay, so regarding this one, what I want you to do is, so for example, I am calculating this Excel sheet, right? So for salary, how the growth is happening. So this I can calculate separately. Salary table. So later at the end, what I do is I will be creating this value. Okay, so salary table. So what we do, salary should be first at the age of 45. At present, 45 is the age. So at the age of 45, what is the salary? 95,000. So it will be increasing every year by 40%. This into 1 plus in input 4% value. So this is 98,800, and this we should make dollar because it will be a static value. It will be a static value. When we calculate it, so you can clearly get all the values like this. Okay, so you can see it. In this way, you can create a separate table for each, like your age and employee contribution. So this will be an extension to this one. Age and savings per year, age and interest on assets. Everything you can calculate separately, and finally you can keep everything in one table. Okay, so just don't just keep only two sheets. I want at least like these tables should be calculated separately. Okay, so one or two tables you calculate separately, remaining you can keep in one model. That would be fine because to see create a difference. And I expect you people to, other than 65 years, you can change these values. Maybe it can make you can make 6% to change all the values. Everything will be changed. Okay, so the values that are related to the activity will be different. Okay, so if you take four, this is 4 to 10%, right? You take 10%, the value will differ. Okay, so this is how it will be changing the values. So you take your own values. For this one, you can take between 1 and, see, sorry, 4 and 15. You can change up to 4 to 15. This can be maybe like you take any value between 4 and 15 again. So, sorry, 4 and 15. It should be between 4, 4 and 15. Okay, by changing these values, the values in the table will differ. And make sure you change these headings. Make sure you create tables like this. So separately create for each calculation, separately create one Excel sheet that helps you to make it more efficient, more effective Excel sheet. Then these names should be written on your own style, and don't keep these things. For your understanding, I mentioned it here. So, and these values has to be edited based on this one, and cross check what are the values that are given in the Excel sheet, like given case study, so that you can make you can keep appropriate value here. Okay, so you can zigzag, you can arrange these things in zigzag manner. So that's fine. Like you can, for doing that, you can just cut and paste every time. Don't copy and do that cut. You can cut this one and you can insert here. In this way, you can make it zigzag. Okay, so that it don't look exactly same as others were working it. Right. So in this way, you can do it. So we can rearrange things. You can do it. Okay. Please rearrange things. So step one, these names should be written on your own. Step two, you are supposed to rename these headings. Okay. The heading names should be according to your own style. Step three, change values to these three elements. Okay, you can give your own values. So for first one and last one, it should be between 4 and 15. This one, it can be any of your understanding, maybe above 50%. Next, so I want you to create out like so how this table is calculated. This has to be done separately. Similarly, you can do like there are four tables, right? You can select any two and create your own table and give appropriate name to that Excel sheet. Okay, so you have to create like this and give an appropriate name. All right. So by doing that, your financial model for retirement calculation is done. That's it from my side, team. Give your best, make enough changes, and submit it to me. Thank you very much.